Welcome to my daily yoga series. It's day 1 and today we're going to focus on mobility and tension release, especially around the hips and lower back. So we're starting the week with a rather gentle practice. Let's get started. For this practice, some kind of a belt or a towel would be a really handy prop as we reach for our foot in the beginning. And then I have an optional block here. I'll use it in the pigeon pose under the pelvis, but if you don't need anything for your pigeon, then the belt, the strap would be the only prop that you need today. And then we are going to start from lying down on the back. So when you have your props, your mat set up, just bring yourself to lie down. You could have your knees bent, or you could extend your legs just for a few breaths in the beginning of our practice. Just give yourself a few slightly slower breaths in and out. Inhaling through the nose and exhale through the nose or mouth. But really allowing yourself to release tension, allow yourself to let go of holding on to that tension as you breathe out. And then with your next few breaths, slowly hug your right knee towards the chest, towards the belly, so bending the right leg. And then we'll start to circle that right leg. Maybe just leaving the right hand on the right knee and a few circles one way, starting to mobilize that right hip, maybe left hand resting on the left hip, and then change the direction. The circle doesn't have to be big, but try to create a smooth and even circle. So we're finding all the corners of that hip circle. Let's do one more round. And then from those circles, start to slowly bring your right leg over to the left side of the mat, finding a one-legged twist for the spine, opening their chest, maybe opening the right arm now out to the right side of the mat. Left hand could rest on the right knee or thigh, not pushing the knee down, but more just helping the leg to weigh down. The knee could be clearly off the mat, right shoulder could be off the mat. And send another breath down and up along your spine. Head could turn to one side or the other. And then slowly bring yourself back to center. Hug the right knee in. And at this point, we're going to reach for the belt, for the strap, and we'll bring it around the right foot so that we could then lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Your left leg could stay extended, or you could bend your left knee. And now we start to circle the right leg. It doesn't have to be fully straight. You could still keep the knee bent, but looking for a bit more of an opening at the back of that right leg as well. Finding those smooth, even circles. And then we'll change the direction. So same idea as with when we had the knee bent, circling the hip, the leg both ways. Let's do one more circle. Keep breathing all the time. And then from that last circle, now we start to open the right leg out to the right side of the mat. We don't have to keep it fully straight. Again, we might bend the knee, but looking for a place where you could find some opening on the inside of that right leg, kind of inner thigh, maybe groin area, and try to keep the left buttock, left side of the pelvis, kind of pressing down towards the mat. Still supporting the right foot with the belt. Take one more breath here, in and out. Shoulders soft. And then inhale, bring your right leg back to center. You can put the belt aside. And then we're going to change to the other side. So now hug your left knee in, extend your right leg, and then we'll start to circle the left leg. Okay, maybe it's just the left hand resting on the left knee. Right hand could be resting on the right side of your pelvis. Kind of reminding the right side to stay gently pressed down. And then change the direction of those circles. And keep breathing along those circles. So notice when you're breathing in, notice when you're breathing out, and let the breath help with the movement, help releasing the tension. One more circle this way. And then from those circles, we continue into that twist. Now to the other side. So cross the left leg to the right side of the mat. You open your left arm out to the left side of the mat, chest, turning up towards the ceiling. Right hand resting maybe on the left knee or thigh. And just allowing some twisting through the spine. When we are twisting, there's very little twisting from the lower spine. It's more from the mid, your upper spine. So don't force the lower back. Take another breath in and out. And then slowly, as you inhale, come back to center. You can hug the left knee back in. And now we reach for the belt, for the strap or towel again. And we'll bring that strap around the left foot. So we can lift the left leg up. Right leg can be straight, or you can bend the right knee. And we start to again circle that left leg. Trying to keep the right side of the pelvis close to the mat, close to the floor. So we are asking for a bit of core support, core engagement as well here. Breathing along that circle. And again, change the direction. And this side might feel completely different. That's very fine. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do one more circle. And then slowly from those circles, continue into opening the left leg out towards the left side of the mat. You could bring the left elbow onto the mat. So that might help you to support the leg more. And again, just finding a place where there's some opening. Maybe there's some stretching on the inside of that left leg, groin area. Still keeping shoulders soft. Take one more breath here, in and out. And then as you inhale, slowly help that left leg back to center. We'll bend both knees. We'll put the belt aside, bring both feet onto the mat. And just do a couple of windshield wipers, swinging the legs from side to side. And then from those swings, bring your legs to center, keeping feet on the mat. We'll go into the bridge pose. So now opening through the front side, arms down next to your sides. Inhale. And as you exhale, press down through the feet to lift your pelvis, to lift your back off the mat, finding your bridge. We'll stay here for a few breaths. So we're opening through the fronts of the legs, hips, belly, chest. You might walk your shoulder blades closer together, even interlock fingers, bring hands together under the pelvis if you want. Feet keep pressing down, inner thighs now gently engaged. Take one more breath here, in and out. And then exhale, slowly release your back, release your pelvis down. And then from lying down on the back, we're going to roll down onto our belly. So now turn down onto your belly. You can bring both hands under your head, under the forehead, and then lift your feet up towards the ceiling, so bending both knees. And now we do windshield wipers here, so gently swinging the feet, the shins from side to side. And then slowly bring legs back to center. And now extend your left leg, but keep your right knee bent. We're going to go into a one-legged bow pose. Keep your left arm in front of you and reach your right hand to the right foot or ankle. See if you could reach to take hold of the foot. If that feels like a big challenge now, use the belt, use the strap around the right foot. And you can stay here. This could be a nice opening for the front of the right leg. Or as you inhale, lift your chest off the mat, so pressing down through that left forearm, coming into a bit of a back bend. And you can choose to either keep gently pulling the right foot towards the right buttock, keep pressing down through the front of the pelvis. Or the other option is to use that right foot to gently pull back, to maybe open the chest more, taking spine into more of a back bend. You decide if you want to focus on that back bend or if it's better to focus on that opening through the front of that right thigh. Take another breath in and out. Keep shoulders, the tops of the shoulders soft. And then exhale, release your chest, your head down. Let go of your right foot. Bring both arms again in front of you. And you could gently rock the pelvis from side to side. Take a bigger belly breath in and out. And then we'll do same to the other side. So now leave your right arm in front of you and reach left hand behind you, bending the left leg in again. See if you could reach to the foot or ankle, or you can use the belt around that left foot. Now you can again stay here, just gently press down through the front of the pelvis onto the mat. Or inhale, peel your chest off the mat, pressing down through that right forearm. And you can keep gently bringing that left foot towards the buttock. Or as you inhale, start to send that left foot away from your shoulder, away from the buttock. Again, more of a back bend, more of an opening for the left shoulder and chest. Wherever you are, keep breathing. That right arm is supporting you. You might look down if that keeps your neck softer. Take one more breath in and out. And then exhale, slowly release your chest down. Let go of your left foot. Bring both hands, both arms down. Again, you can rock the pelvis from side to side. And then you have an option either to go for a child's pose, or if you want to visit a brief downward dog, you can lift into downward dog. So we'll inhale onto hands and knees, and from there you can go either to child's pose or downward facing dog. Just a couple of breaths wherever you are as we prepare for our pigeon pose. And then if you are in child's pose, bring yourself onto all fours. And from downward dog or from all fours, bring your left knee, left shin forward into pigeon. And if you want, you can use a block, you can use another prop under the left buttock or thigh if that helps, maybe your left knee or the left hip. And we're going to stay in an upright pigeon today. So you might stay here with your right leg on the mat. Or second option would be to bend the right knee, reach left hand, so the opposite hand to that right foot or ankle, and then gently open a bit more through the front of that right thigh once more. But that's very optional. So see if that feels okay. If it's too much, just keep that right foot, right shin on the mat. And breathe. Send a couple of deeper breaths down towards the hips, down towards the belly. Gently opening the chest. And then exhale. Release the right foot down if you're holding the right foot. Bring both hands on the mat, and same option here, either child's pose or lift into downward dog. You choose which one feels like a better option today. If you use a block there, you can move the block to the other side of the mat. And then from child's pose, bring yourself onto all fours. And we're going to go into that pigeon on the other side. So now we'll bring the right shin, right knee forward and lower the pelvis down. Again, you can use a block or even a different prop under the right buttock. And same options here. You can keep now your left foot, left shin on the mat. But keep your chest up, staying in that upright, proud pigeon. Or the other option would be to bend the left knee, reach right hand. So the opposite hand to the left foot, left ankle. So we're also giving a bit of a twist for the spine, that opening through the chest. And then we'll breathe, trying to soften through the tops of the shoulders. Trying to keep the neck free. You might turn your gaze anywhere where you feel your neck can stay soft. Take another breath in and out. Maybe exhale through the mouth. Letting out a sigh. And then we're going to let go of that left foot. Bring both hands to the mat. And now if you have a block, if you have a prop there under the pelvis, just put that aside and bring yourself onto all fours. And from all fours, lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. And now we have one more back up, and we'll try the full bow pose. So we're going to bend the knees and just gently press down through the front of the pelvis. If you want, you can reach hands to take hold of your feet. So right hand to your right foot, left hand to your left foot. Or again, you could use the belt, bring the belt around the feet, or just reach arms next to your sides. This could be your bow pose for today. If you want, inhale, start to peel your chest off the mat. And if you're holding your feet with your hands over the belt, you can just gently pull back with your legs. But keep pressing down through the front of the pelvis so we have that connection through the front of the pelvis onto the mat, onto the ground. Again, you can look down, you can look forward, see where your neck is happy. Taking one more breath here, in and out. And then exhale, slowly release. Bring your chest down, your legs down. And bring hands under your shoulders. And then we're going to go into our final child's pose. So lift yourself onto hands and knees. And then lean your pelvis back, finding your child's pose. You might have your knees wider apart. You might bring your knees close together. And this will be our final pose for the practice today. So find a comfortable child's pose. Or if child's pose is not comfortable today, you can also Go lie down on the back and hug the knees in towards the chest, towards the belly. It's just kind of a flipped child's pose. Find your way of gently curling in, rounding your back. Arms could be overhead, arms could be next to your legs. Hands could be under the head, wherever you feel that your shoulders can soften as well. Give yourself 5 to 10 breaths here. Each breath gently sliding along the spine all the way down towards the hips. Each out breath softening tension, creating space in the lower back, around the hips. And again, you might let out a couple of sighs. Exhale through the mouth. And slowly with your next few breaths, you can either slide into Shavasana pose if you'd like to extend your practice with a Shavasana pose today, or join me in a seated pose. So if you feel that it's time to now close the practice, bring yourself into an easy seat. And give yourself a few more breaths here, just to close the practice. Exhale any tension there might be left, tension that you don't need right now. And if it's a part of your practice, you can bring your palms together in front of the chest. And as always, at the end of the practice, most importantly, thank yourself. And I thank you very much for joining in. Namaste. Thank you.